Welcome to Productive Joy with Dr. Christie, where fun meets action.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy, the recap. Here we are, middle of December. I actually looked up the 12 days of Christmas because I didn't know when they actually happened. Fun fact, they happened starting on the 25th, but I was thinking we are in the 12 days of Christmas, but we're really not. But we are 12 days out of Christmas. And, that creates a whole different level of just angst, right? Whether you celebrate or not, this is a busy season. We're wrapping up the year. We are trying to figure out what 2026 is going to look like. We want to end the year strong, but we also have festivals, parties, different things that distract us, and it's hard to keep it all together. But I'm here today to remind you that you have a lot more influence than you realize over the busyness. I'm not telling you that you're not going to have a whole lot on your calendar in the next couple weeks, but I am telling you that you get to decide how you show up to those things and how much of your energy they get and how much of your just overall self you're going to give. So I want to encourage you to give a little less of yourself so that you have something left to give to yourself. I know that sounds a whole lot easier in theory than it does in action, and I agree. But I also recognize that we are in charge of our destiny, and we get to decide how much we give to others. I want to encourage you to save a little bit for you. What might that look like? It might look like escaping and reading a book for a little while. It might look like taking a walk. It might look like just taking some deep cleansing breaths. It might look like saying no to a party or saying no to an event, even though you feel obligated to do it. This is definitely an extrovert's season. I am 100% extrovert for those of you that are just joining us and haven't heard me say that before. On any personality test I've ever taken, I have been 100% extrovert. That means I really, really like the humans. So this is a great time of year for me. But for many of my friends, this is a pretty exhausting time of year. You need to recharge by yourself, and you are in a dead run with all of the humans all of the time. So let me encourage you to take a little time for you, to not feel like you have to say yes to everything, to recognize that it is okay to say no. That is a complete sentence. Now, I know I say it a lot on here, actually, that simple and easy aren't the same things. That is a very simple concept, but that does not make it easy. And yet, I think that it's easier than we think. It really just starts with prioritization and then decisions based on that prioritization. So what are you going to prioritize today? Do you have something you really love to do more than anything? Make sure you get to do that. Maybe it's sitting by the fire. I live in Florida. We don't sit by the fire, but sitting by a pretend fire. We do put it on the TV sometimes as a backdrop. And drinking a cup of hot cocoa or a glass of wine or whatever floats your boat. Or maybe it's watching Christmas movies. My daughter sent me a list of all of the Christmas movies, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let's watch some of those this year. Because we are usually in a dead run, and this year we're not going to be. We're going to stay home for the first time in years. And I think that's nice, right? Changing it up is a good thing. So why am I talking about all of this? Because this podcast is called Productive Joy. And somebody recently that I was interviewing, you'll hear about him soon, said, oh gosh, now I'm all for joy, but now I have to put productive in front of it. And I don't want it to feel like work. Instead, I want you to recognize that you can produce really amazing things with your joy. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. Work and fun can happen together, and you can do the things you love and have something to show for it. That's why Productive Joy exists. And that's why we're going on our third year. In February, we will hit our third year of having Productive Joy as a thing. And we are passing 250 episodes, and we are doing some really cool stuff. And yet, it's not just so that we have something to show for it. It's so that we can spread joy. That's, to me, the biggest reason why this season exists and why I am encouraging you to find some more of it. Because when we have joy, everything else kind of falls into place. So let me encourage you with that today. Find something that brings you genuine joy and then do more of that. And don't feel guilty about it, and don't feel like, oh, but I have to. No, I want to. I get to. I choose to. What are you going to choose to do today? Whatever it is, I want you to tell me. I want to hear about it. Nothing would please me more than to get hundreds of emails that say, Christy, I chose joy this way this week, or I'm choosing joy for the rest of 2025 by doing that. You email me. You can email me at Christie, Christie, at intentionalitygroup.com. I would absolutely love to answer all of your emails and to have the opportunity to learn what brings you joy. So today and every day, I want to encourage you that this ball is in your court and you get to decide what joy looks like, and you get to figure out a way to turn fun into action.